The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
I got him!
So don't get cocky.
This is about what's going to happen.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, are you addicted to FlySky yet? And also, what happens when a baby attacks a cobra, and why you should never kill ants in your house, and a man in a mouse costume gets arrested. All this and much, much more will be discussed here on DeaconLive, and for the next 60 minutes or so, we'll get you up to date on social news stories and viral videos that you might have missed over the last couple days, or we'll be talking about it here in the upcoming few. If I could get out the words of these sentences, we will be A-okay, and hopefully you guys are getting along with everyone. Jesus Christ, what's with my tongue? Hopefully you guys are getting along with everyone, and hopefully everyone's getting along with you. Now, let's start off the show of what everyone's been talking about. Let's go to the WNBA, and it's not the strike. It's not the girl in the middle of the game who lost her weave, lost her wig, and had to call timeout. It's what Adam Silver, is it Adam Silver is his name? The head guy from, what's his name? I don't even know his name. Anyways, the commissioner of the Adam Silver. Yeah, I had it right. Adam Silver has said that she has now Brittany Griner. You know her. She was over in, what was it, Russia, and she had a little bit of weed on her. She had like a vape pen or something on her, and everyone freaked out. And the Russia said, no, we keep this man, this NBA player, with us. Sir, that's a girl. What? That's a girl that you have there? This is female. Yes, that's a female. She sounds like man. No, sir. That is the center for the Dream, which is a WNBA team. What is WNBA? I don't know. But you got nothing there, buddy. Sorry. And they're like going, well, so we can kill her? Yeah, you can kill her if you want. You're not going to, because you're not going to gain anything from her. But Adam Silver has come out and said in this video, now don't forget, for every podcast we have a matching video over on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe over there. You can see the full-length podcast in its entirety over on our YouTube channel, and you can also see the little snippets throughout the week. And so Adam Silver, I guess this big hush-hush investigation was going down, and he released this video. And I'm going to switch over to camera 4. Well, make sure I get the video up so we're not seeing some crazy shit behind the scenes. Switch over to camera 4 here. So here is, oh God, here comes a fucking ad is what I was going to say. Here's Adam Silver saying that he, quote unquote, bans Brittany Griner. So let's see here.
Now complete.
The investigation is now complete.
The central findings of the investigation are that the man whose voice is heard on the recording and on a second recording from the same conversation that was released on Sunday. Accordingly. Effective immediately. I am banning.
Effective immediately. I am banning.
And that's where it stops. So everyone's seeing this video. Let's go back to me now. Everyone's seeing this video. Everyone's seeing this whole, the guy from the NBA, the main guy, banned her. No, you ding-dongs. No, you stupid asses. There is no credible evidence or official announcements that Brittany Griner was banned from the WNBA in 2025. Numerous sensational headlines and social media posts claim that a lifetime ban by Adam Silver, but not all the sources can trace back to an unverified, or dubious accounts is where they're finding this information, and no confirmation or credible media from the league itself. On June 3rd, 2025, Snopes invested a viral claim that Griner faced a 2-game suspension and $150 fine for allegedly racial charged remarks towards Caitlin Clark. Snopes reported that no supporting evidence was found, no investigations were confirmed, and that WNBA nor the Atlanta Dream, who is what she plays for, officially did not substantiate the claim. Here's another thing. Griner continues to play for the Atlanta Dream in 2025 WNBA. Don't get them confused. She signed a 1-year contract on February 1st, 2025, and remains on the active roster member, with the recent reports confirming that ongoing contributions, that word too, to the team. Boy, my mouth is not working well today. There are no official statements from the WNBA or Commissioner Adam Silver regarding the ban in any way, temporary or lifetime. No. In short, Brittany Griner was not banned from the WNBA in 2025. This past whatever that video that's been going around. So if you see the video, now you know. Now you know that you're the smartest kid on the block. You're the smartest kid on the court. Yo, man, you hear Brittany Griner got banned because they found out she was a man and all this stuff? No, they didn't, you dummy. They did not. She's still playing. Not very well, but she's still playing. And all the other stuff with the WNBA and that one lady, I forget her name, she lost her wig during one of the plays. And that's that's typical NBA or WNBA fashion there, right? I know. All right, when we come back, a man dressed up in a mouse costume got arrested. And what he got arrested for, well, you would think one thing, but it's absolutely something totally different. So stick around. I'll dive into his story when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We'd love to hear from you, and the way you can be part of the show, you can be podcast famous, is go over to prophetradio.com, Prophet radio.com. At the very top of the page says, be heard. Your voice can be heard right along here in the studio. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town we like to call Marshville. So get your voice in. You can ask us any question that you like. I'll answer them right here on the air, and your voice can be heard right here on the air. If you want to talk about any of the 11 years of shows we've got going on, you can do that as well. Just give me a little watermark on what show, or just give me a reference of what I was talking about, what I got wrong and what you got right and all that stuff, and you can knock me down a peg or two and get those over there at prophetradio.com. Your voice can be heard right along with us here in the studio. God damn, it's one of those days, man. You know what it is? If you're watching me on the YouTube channel, I shaved my beard off. I normally have like the 90s mustache goatee with the little strip right here in the middle, and I shaved it off, and I'm looking at myself, and I'm watching my lips move, and I'm watching how weird my lips make words. So I'm concentrating on that, and I'm not concentrating on what I should be, which is you the people, you the audience, you our listeners out there. Love them or hate them, love me or hate me, you're out there, and I know it. And speaking of little kids, listen to this. Get ready to be embarrassed. If all those people out there that are watching YouTube videos and you're trying to figure out what Roblox is, or you're trying to find the latest CWA video, YouTube will start using your view history to guess if you're an adult or not. This is true. We are currently in the middle of a rather regrettable trend taking a hold across the globe as online services increasingly demand that its users positively authenticate themselves, or at the very least establish their ages. Over in the UK, they're having so much fun, pun intended, with the Online Safety Act right now. In the US, is likely to face a new wave of similar requirements. After a bad Supreme Court ruling last month, earlier this year, YouTube shared some of its own plans for age verification. It is now getting ready to flip the switch. Over the next few weeks, YouTube will begin testing the age-checking tool on a small group of U.S. users. Rather than initially demanding to see a copy of your ID, the system will start by attempting to guess your age based on your YouTube usage. While YouTube is obviously not going to provide the details, breakdowns, and all those sort of things that might flag you as a teen, it attempts to expand it in broad strokes. So it's not hard to read that. Hold on, what did I say? It's not hard to read that and see that there are plenty of edge cases where a new adult accounts view more than the youth. Oh God, let me try that again. Completely blew that one out of the water. It is not hard to read that. It's not hard to read that. God almighty, my eyes are fucking going bad too. It's not hard to read that, and it seems to be plenty of edge cases where new adult accounts viewing more youthful orientation content could easily trigger YouTube's suspicions. Thank God I got through that sentence. If that does happen, at this point you'll have the option to share a copy of your ID or credit card with the site. Sure, credit card, why not? Proving your actual age. If you do not, you won't be able to view age-restricted content, and YouTube will activate its additional teen safeguards. Now, I know some of the videos that we have here on YouTube, they've got questionable titles for the shows, and I've gotten warnings. Hey, you know, when you had that one episode, oh my God, I almost said the most horrible thing. Gay guy butt stuff. We're gonna have to put a 18-year-old mandatory on that video. What are you talking about? We're talking about making a pot roast. Two guys making a pot roast. It's called butt stuff. Is it really? Is it really, Deacon? Yeah, it is. It is. So we've had some flags out there. So if you're a 16-year-old kid, do me a favor. Go out there right now. Start watching as many loading gun videos and old westerns and Andy Griffith shows, just to kind of balance out those other ones that you're watching as far as like watching Minecraft and all that. Now, if you're a little kid, one of the rite of passage is being in Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese has the best pizza, and they also serve beer, which is weird at a child's place. I guess they have to keep the adults entertained, you know, because kids don't. What kind of pizza you want? I don't get tokens. Token pizza. No. What kind of pizza you want? Cheese. I don't give a shit. Give me some goddamn tokens. I got to win some kind of plastic thing that cost me $19 to win. Give me some tokens so I can win some tickets. And then so they have draft beer and all that stuff. But this gentleman right here was arrested. Let's go back here. Was arrested in his Chuck E. Cheese costume. Now, you think, okay, Chuck E. Cheese costume, kids, he must have done something predatorial, right? So let's find out what's going on. This is from, where's this from? I stole it from somewhere. Oh, ABC News. And I'm going to switch over to camera 4 so we can see this video and watch what actually happened to this gentleman in a Chuck E. Cheese mascot. Happened in Tallahassee, Florida. So here we go.
Be more innocent than taking the family to Chuck E. Cheese for some pizza. Well, usually nothing. Unless police come in and bust Chuck E. Cheese himself. Children at a Chuck E. Cheese in Florida sat there.
I'm sorry. I thought Chuck E. Cheese was a fatter guy. Like when he was, before he was in a big fat costume, and now it's just like a regular dude with a purple jersey on that says Chuck E. Cheese and jeans, and he's got Chuck Taylors on, and then just a head. He looks like crackhead Chucky. Or yeah.
While officers handcuffed an employee dressed as the popular mascot. Charges against him include credit card theft and possession of another person's ID. Chuck E. Cheese says they've taken the appropriate action concerning the subject employee.
There he goes. He got arrested for having someone's credit card and someone's... I knew this was going to happen. I sat here too long on this website. So, let's dive into a little bit more of the story. And I'm going to go here. There we go. Chuck E. Cheese. I was on the Post, New York Times, too long. So I had to fix that because they want to flag you for everything. So this is from Fox Orlando. Chuck E. Cheese mascot gets arrested, leaves an impression on Florida family. Does this mean Chucky's gone forever? The kid says. Poor Chucky. This is what we know. A Central Florida family visiting Tallahassee witnessed the arrest of Chuck E. Cheese mascot during what was supposed to be a fun family outing. The man in the costume, identified as Jermel Jones, was taken into custody for allegedly using a customer's credit card to make over $100 in fraudulent charges. Police say that Jones, an employee at the arcade, still had the card on him. Busted! Along with a small amount of marijuana. That's okay, it's Florida. And was also accused of similar offenses 6 months prior. Come on, Jamal. Jermel. Sorry, not Jamal. I hate the stereotypical him, but there he is. His name is Jermel. What we don't know, authorities have not confirmed whether additional charges are pending. It is unclear how long Jones has worked at the location and whether anyone else might have been involved. The law enforcement has said whether the costume disguise was used in the incident to evade detections. What they're saying is Courtney Gamberheimer, visiting from the Villages with her husband and 2 daughters, said that the scene unfolded just as her children were preparing to take photos with the character. Moments earlier, her 4-year-old daughter had posed with the mascot, and her 6-year-old was next in line when the police moved in. I was in the midst of pushing Jenny towards Chuck E. Gamberheimer told Fox 35. They kind of grabbed me grab one wrist and then grab the other wrist and put him behind his back. I told him not to resist. At the same time, I'm pulling my kids away. Like, what's going on in the midst of all this? Gregenheimer is relieved he was apprehended, but wishes the arrest had not been played out in front of the children. They should have taken him in the back and then pulled his head off and then walked him out. Here's what I don't understand. Okay, so they arrested him with the mask on. He might have a battle in court. He might. They arrested him with the head on him. How did they know that was Jermel underneath that thing? You go to the manager. Where's Jermel? Oh, he's over there. What's standing next to the pinball machine? No, that's Tommy. No, the guy in the Chuck E. Cheese outfit. And they go up to him. Did they ask, are you Jermel? No, I'm Chuck. No, I'm Chuck E. Cheese, man. It sounds like Elvis for some reason. And they arrested him, and they brought him out with the head on. Maybe they were thinking that was best for the kids. Really? The handcuffs behind the back of Chuck E. Cheese, the mascot of the place that they went to go see him live in person? And then they brought him outside and then took his head off. Oh, surprise. It's like Scooby-Doo. Surprise. Guess who it is? So there he goes. He was arrested for stealing a credit card. He went to a smoke shop and he bought some like chips and salsa somewhere. Less than $100 worth of stuff. So, and this is not the first time he's did it. So he's going to jail. All right, when we come back, is Vegas dying? Well, a lot of people are saying that it is. It's not the place to go anymore just because online gambling and all that stuff. But I don't know what the actual details are, but we're going to find out together when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us over on Facebook. The way you do that is go over to Facebook, search Deacon Live, all one word. And the reason why you're going to do that is because all the articles and stuff that you hear during any of the Deacon Live programming, we post about maybe 2/3 of them up there. So if you don't believe me or you can't go over to the YouTube channel, I post them right there on the Deacon Live Facebook page. The actual articles and videos and stuff that you hear and see right here on the show, you can find those over there as well. And share them with all your friends and do all that stuff and be part of the whole Deacon Live community. So we appreciate that. Go to Facebook, search Deacon Live, all one word, and be part of the fun. We post a lot of reels up there too, little snippets of the show and all that, and they're getting like, I don't know, tens of thousands of views. So if you want to be part of that community, you can do that over there as well. Now, here we go. Going to jump right into this. Killed on the spot. A toddler bites a cobra to death after it coiled around its hand. You thought it was going to go the other way, didn't you? An infant in northern Indian state of Bihar reportedly bit a cobra to death after it coiled around its hand. A 1-year-old baby, identified only by his first name, Govinda. Let's go, Govinda. Govinda, and put a request in. Bit the cobra while he was playing at his home in the small town of Bata near the Indo-Nepal border. Of course, only in India, right? When we saw the snake in the child's hand, everyone rushed towards him. But in the meantime, he had already bitten the snake, killing it on the spot. The child's grandmother told, I could have done a voice there. Well, I'll save it for you guys in your imagination. After biting the snake, the boy fainted and was rushed to the primary health care for initial treatments, after in which he was taken to the town's government medical college hospital for more treatment. The boy, Govid Kumar, was referred here yesterday by a primary health care center close to his village, where he had been rushed by family members after he fainted soon after chewing on the live snake, the hospital superintendent said. The venom's effect were reportedly mild, but knocking the boy out unconscious, but not fatal. Excuse me. Timely treatment saved Govinda's, he's got like 15 names in this thing, Govinda's life. The child's condition is currently stable and treatment is being administered over the supervision of doctors. The medical treatment team treating the child provided continuous medication as he's under observations. Govinda reportedly is being closely monitored by the hospital, with treatment of poisoning expected to start if he's starting to show any symptoms, according to the local board. So he's doing all right. Can you imagine that? Oh, that's got to be for me. I know it sounds really creepy. For me, I'll take my wife's hand And, you know, right here by your thumb, if you're watching this on a YouTube video, right here on the thumb, that little meaty part where you test what a steak is, medium rare, rare, overdone, all that. I'll put it in my mouth, and it feels good on your teeth. Can you, if you ever had a snake, it's that same feeling. You would put your, listen to me, everyone's going, but just think of that sensation. You know, they have ASMR where it's that stimulation for your ears and everything. There's something about biting something with your teeth that's so enjoyable and so relaxing and so, like, fetishy type stuff. And I would see biting into a snake because you would bite it and it would snap a little bit. You know, how you get through that skin. And then, and a 1-year-old, he's teething. He doesn't have any teeth, or does he have teeth? I don't know. All you 1-year-olds, let us know how many teeth do you have. And so that, you know, that's probably feels good on his teeth, but yet it was a cobra. He doesn't know cobra from a friggin' lawnmower. So he just stuck it in his mouth and started biting on it. Meanwhile, he's in the hospital. He's doing good. So hopefully, speedy recovery. Now, the term Vegas is dead is trending on social media, and its TikTokers are sharing videos of the empty strip and casinos, speculating that where have all the tourists gone? Where have all the tourists gone? Thank you. The online speculation is supported by numerous reports indicating that the tourism in Sin City is down in 2025. A June report found that the overall visitor center are down 6% from the first half of the year. The international visitors' arrival has fallen over 13% in June compared to the same period the previous year. It has also been a sharp decline in Canadian visitors due to the White House push to make the country America's 51st state. The Canadians don't want to come down here either. We're not going down there. What's that about? Excuse me. However, this also is considerably speculations that the Vegas has become too expensive for the average American, and even if they can't afford the inflated prices, price hikes make it less enjoyable experience. Vegas is was once a place where people went to get free drinks in casinos, cheap rooms during the week, and inexpensive buffets, and entice them to gamble the rest of their money. That's the way it used to be. These days, critics say casinos want to price gouge and get you to gamble as well. So here is Las Vegas too expensive. A hotel in Vegas is charging $26 for a bottle of water. Jesus Christ. That's $624 for a 24-pack. The same 24-pack at Walmart is just around $49, and that's out in the Vegas area. How expensive is Las Vegas right now? Hotels have been removing free coffee makers, forcing visitors to buy $8 coffees in the casino. And visitors are recently shared that they've been charged $28 for a bottle of Fiji water at the minibar. Well, that's the minibar. You expect to pay a whole lot there. A British magician was charged $74 for 2 drinks at the Sphere. And some hotels charge $50 just to use the mini fridge at all. On the Strip, people get to get taken for a ride. Once they get here, like them, I'm tired of being treated like this. I'm tired of having to pay all these ridiculous prices. Anthony Curtis, the publisher of Las Vegas Advertiser website, told The Independent. So why are people turned off by Vegas? TikToker Nathan Ramos Park recently shared his thoughts on why Vegas is struggling. So let's see what he has to say. Hold on, Nathan. I'm going to get you on here. Everyone wants to be on the show, and you can be on the show too. Go to profitradio.com. At the top of the page says "Be Heard," and your voice can be heard in the process of doing the show every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Did that come out right? Hopefully it made sense to you. I'm going to switch over to camera 4 here, and we're going to listen to Nathan Ramos, who is Chinese with a Spanish name. So here we go. Oh, here we go.
That's when it starts to die. Vegas used to be like this capitalist bastion. Like, it is just a city that's made out of...
Okay, there we go.
of advertisements, and it's made to just push endorphins and serotonin into your body. Whether it's like gambling, drinking,
hookers,
SW. And I remember going to Vegas for the first time when I was 23 years old. I was with my cousin and my brother. We did hotel roulette, so $20. We got a 5-star hotel for a night. They ended up being racist to us, so we ended up getting bottle service for free.
Racist.
And for like $100 between 3 people, we were able to just have this almost like capitalist catharsis where we could eat as much as we want, drink as much as we want. And that just doesn't exist anymore in Vegas. Everything is just so prohibitively expensive. Like, buffets are over $80. Even just to park on the strip was $20 for an hour. And it shows when like capitalism goes to this extreme, then you just realize that capitalism is just exploitation. But that's why like Vegas is dying. Like we're in a recession. There's nothing more than people wanting to escape during a recession. So like if Vegas just lowered their prices, people would come and fall into the same traps of gambling and losing their money, but they would be happy to do so. But when you can see the exploitation, then there ends up being a resentment against the system for taking from us. And there's this compounding factor. Like I know so many of us this year are okay with not going to EDC next year because Vegas itself was just too expensive. When you don't even have like a coffee maker in the room or a microwave, it makes people want to like push back on the system. A small coffee in the hotel should not be $8.50. If I have caffeine in my system, I'm going to want to go and make some bad decisions.
All right. You're getting a little long-winded there. All right, so here's what I think. It's kind of like along the same lines of record labels and concert tickets. You know, everyone complains and, oh, the concert tickets are so expensive. Well, you know why? Because they're not selling records. They're not physically selling a tangible item. They're tangible, you spend $15 on a CD or a record, they get $2 for every CD and stuff. Right now, everything's free on the internet. You can just get everything for free, right? So the artist has to make their money somewhere else. So what they do, they charge, $200-$300 tickets to make up the difference from not selling a physical, tangible record or album or tape or CD. Vegas is the same way. Vegas, if no one's coming down there, they're coming down there for the cheap hotels and then they're going sightseeing. They're going cheap hotels and then going to, the Salt Lake, Lake Mead that's out there. They're seeing shows. They're not gambling. They're not gambling because look at how many resorts or not resorts, residents that are out there. Carrot Top's out there. Celine Dion was out there. You've got all these big shows. So people were taking advantage and charging, or buying the cheap hotels and not spending their money on gambling. They might spend $100 or $200. So what do they have to do? What do the hotels have to do? They have to justify for the loss of revenue. So they charge the $8 coffee in the lobby. They charge $20 to park outside. They charge the $50 for a bagel with an egg on it or something like that. They have to make up the difference because their business model for the whole thing has gotten away from them. If we have shows and it'll bring these people in. They come in, they don't spend any money. They go to the shows, they stick around for 3 days, and then they haul ass back to, sunny Florida or wherever, Canada, if they can get down here. That's what's happening. So it's their business model. They need to fix that. And yes, I do agree. If they bring the prices back down, they should change the motto. Like if you spend $300 in our casino, you can have the free buffet. And here's your ticket for the free buffet. They used to do that too. They don't do that anymore. So you tell me, I'd like to hear from you. How can Vegas fix Vegas? Or do we need Vegas at all anymore? Can we just get rid of it, mow it down, and just make it a landing strip for UFOs or something over there? I'd like to hear from you, and the way you do that is go to ProfitRadio.com. At the top of the page says, be heard. Your voice can be heard right alongside of us here in the studio. When we come back, there is a new scam that's out there where people say, hey, I'm an artist. I'd like to take your picture. Why are they taking your picture? Well, it's an interesting story, and I want to dive in it with you and find out what's going on. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Profit Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, we'll give you something for free, but what you got to do to get it is go over to ProfitRadio.com. That's PROPHET radio.com. At the very top of the page says free swag, a little drop-down menu, and you pick yourself something out over there, and we'll send it to you if you live here in the United States. And you can see all the other fine programming that comes out of the studio, all the other different podcasts that are involved in this location. So pick yourself something out, and you might even find yourself a brand new podcast to enjoy during the week in between the episodes of Deacon Live. Now, we broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, in a beautiful little town called Marshall. And you can see behind me there. Those are the other shows that are on the show if you're watching this here on YouTube. So you can check those out as well. Now, and don't fuck me. There's a new drug out there. Now, sometimes I just got done watching, what is it, The Penguin. And the Penguin, the drugs that they have in movies, they always have like stupid, corny names. Like, this is bliss. Oh, I got drops. I've got, ecstasy. I guess that would be a pretty stupid name, but it explains exactly what it is. But then ecstasy rolls into Molly, rolls into MDMA, rolls into, it's got different names depending on the region that you're in. Well, this new drug right now that's taking over the Pittsburgh region is called FlySky, and it's spreading throughout, and officials are calling it and saying that it's warning and could be very deadly. In Fayette County, over the last few days, there have been at least 2 overdose deaths from the drug. The drug has sometimes been labeled on bags and sold on the street as heroin laced with metadidine. Great. You know what we do when we have big words? We make the internet say it for us. So hold on, here we go. Let's see. Copy, paste, and pronounce. Gotta put that pronunciation in America. So here we go. This is what it's heroin's being mixed with. So here we go. And
methamphetamine.
What? Say it again.
Methamphetamine.
One more time.
Methamphetamine.
Methamphetamine. No wonder they call it FlySky. You got some crack dealer. Yo, man, let me get some heroin laced with that motomomomidone. What? Give me the FlySky, man. Fayetteville County District Attorney Michael Abiel says that users need to be aware of this drug can be lethal. My understanding is that the metomidine is a drug that is not affected by Narcan. Oh, my God. So you can't bring you back. So if you overdose on it, Narcan is not going to save you. He's just saying that to scare you. Go ahead and do it. You can do it if you want. Abiel said that anyone who may have a bag of FlySky can turn it into authorities at several places in the county. Yeah, right. No questions asked. He also says that not only are local and state police are working to get these drugs off the street vigilantly, I threw that in there, but his office would prosecute those who are responsible for delivering these drugs to the community. Yeah. Isn't that what you're supposed to do all the time? We want people to be safe, he says. We want everyone to be alive and to be healthy. You just don't know what you're getting anymore on the streets, Abiel said. Not only has the drug popped up in Fayetteville County and Pittsburgh area, but has also been seen in places like Philadelphia and Chicago. So you know what you're doing here by putting this article out, right? You know exactly what you're doing. You're bringing addicts to your place. Yo, man, you hear that FlySky that's out there? I don't know why you sound like a prospector. Where do you get some of that FlySky, man? Let me get that FlySky. I forget, there was a documentary I was watching, and they were going behind the scenes. It was like HBO or something. I don't forget what it was, Netflix. And the drug dealer, he was sitting in this shitty piece of shit apartment. It had like a table, TV, and a chair. Typical movie scenario. He had all these baggies on his table, and all had his stamp on them, so he knew exactly where it came from or what brand it was. And he took one of them, and he put like fentanyl or something in one baggie. He must have had 100 baggies on the counter. And he'd mix it up. He goes, whoever gets this baggie is going to die. But what that does is that increases my business, because then people go, damn, that shit's good. I need to get that shit. Boom, I made my sales double. But that's fucked up that you got to play roulette. And when I saw that, I said, I'm never going to do drugs again. Never. I'm not going to do drugs at all unless it comes in a package and I buy it from the store behind a counter or something like that. But this FlySky, heroin mixed with whatever the metadino stuff, people, you're just going to bring addicts to your place because the heroin that they get in their location, it's not as good, man. Yo, man, you ain't got that FlySky. I don't want it. I don't want it at all. Like, they're going to be picky, right? They're hurting and stuff. But there you go. There is also another scam that's out there. I say scam, another scam. Drugs itself are a scam. And this lady right here is warning you. And it's a woman who warns about this new scam where people are asking to use your pictures for an quote-unquote art project. It's been going on for years. So let's find out what it says or what's all about. From fake job offers to social media brand sales, they all look convincing at first glance. But now one woman on TikTok says she almost fell for the one that was a brand new scam to her. She said it was for an art project. The user Jen, who goes by Jen961, I guess 96, all the other 900s were taken, shared her experience in recent videos explaining how the scam unfolded. She says it started with someone messaging her, asking her if he could use a profile picture for an art project. Curiously, she checked the sender's page, and it was filled with paintings and drawings and decided it looked legit. Jen replied asking which photo that they were wanting to use. When the person confirmed that it was her profile picture, she agreed. And that's when the conversation took a turn. I'm going to get to you, dear. Hold on. They thanked me and said once the project was done, I got a copy. I would get a copy and a commission, she explained. Then they asked for my full name and email so her client could be sent, or so that the client would send her an email check or an e-check. They said they didn't need any of my bank information. They just needed your name and email. That was a red flag, Jen said immediately. She told the person she knew it was a scam, and no longer after that, the profile disappeared. So let's see what she has to say. I'm going to switch over to camera 4 here. And don't forget, for every podcast we do, you can see the full-length video over on YouTube. Make sure you give us a like and subscribe over there. We don't do it for any kind of money or anything like that. Just another media source for you to enjoy the Deacon Live podcast. So I'm going to turn the volume up. And here we go. This is Jend, Jend 961. So here we go.
So I don't know why I'm doing a video right now.
She's crying. She's crying.
I just got out of the shower.
Oh.
My hair's all wet, no makeup on, but over the weekend I meant to make a video and the weekend just got away from me and it popped in my mind.
She was in Vegas.
Here we are. I wanted to talk about a new scam that is going around. Well, I should say new to me. I don't know if it's totally new out there. But what happened was I got a message the other day from some girl, and she was asking if she could use one of my pictures.
She must be a delight at parties. So tell us, Jen, what happened with your day? I got out of the shower, and it's been a long weekend. And get to the point, Jen. Get to the point.
And she said she's working on a art project. So I went to her profile to see if she's really an artist. And she had tons of paintings and drawings. So I thought, okay, maybe it is legit.
Killing me.
So I wrote her back and I asked her what picture was she interested in. And she said my profile picture. And I said, okay, that should be fine. And then she wrote back and she was like, oh, thank you so much. You know, once the product is finished, you will get a copy and also receive a commission. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, whatever. And then she says,
if you're watching this video on the YouTube channel, this is legit. If you're listening to it on the audio portion of the podcast, this is where editing comes in. I know a lot of you people, this is a fast-paced show, and you listen to the podcast because I get you in and out in 60 minutes and stuff. If you're listening to this, I've edited this to make it move faster, but if you're watching the video, it is dragging on, just to let you know.
Then she says, so all I need from you is your full name and your email so my client can send over an e-check. We don't need any bank information, just a full name and email.
Okay.
And I'm like, nope, not happening. And I told her, obviously she's trying to scam me.
I'm going to be so pissed if she doesn't tell us what the scam is. I'm going to be so pissed. One more time. Here we go.
And it's not going to work. After she read my message, I guess she maybe blocked me or she deactivated her account because her profile picture went away. And then it said account not available or something. And then today, I got 2 more messages from different people asking the same thing, if they could use one of my pictures for an art project.
Okay.
So, heads up, guys. Be careful.
What's that? That's it? Oh, you fucking... you fucking... Sorry. People in the comments weren't surprised. In the comments, many viewers said that they've seen this scam before. Yes, it's been going on for years, one person wrote. Another one said, yes, I've received a couple of those myself. A third added, yeah, I went through the exact same thing, and these people are relentless. The Daily Dot has reached out to Jen for additional comments, but fell asleep while talking to her. No, I made that section up. But still. So what's the scam? You got a picture, an email address, and then that's it. Right? Photo and email address. Are they using your name? Well, are they creating more fake accounts? Right? You don't need to ask someone's name. Christ, if you got Snippet on your computer, I can go there and snip out a picture of whoever profile it is, call it a JPEG, open up. No, I guess I need a new email address. That's what it is. Ooh. They just want her email address. That's what they want. I figured it out. Look at us. Look at the big brain on Brad, right? All right, when we come back, one more little segment, and we'll let you get back to doing what you got to do. And the reason why flies are coming to the rescue. I know, it sounds disturbing. Flies all in my eyes. I don't want that. I'll tell you why they're coming to the rescue when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
Remember when we used to talk about forever and all that? Now it's been 3 years or more since I've heard you laugh. But I still think about you when the beat drops slow. Wonder if you feel it too, the sound we used to know. Can you hear me calling through the music and the crowd? Old friend, are you somewhere out there dancing to the same sound? Same sound, same sound. Can you hear it now? Share our playlist. Now I'm here alone, but every time this song plays, I feel you in the zone. Still think about you when the beat drops slow. Wonder if you feel it too, the sound we used to know. Can you hear me calling through the music and the crowd? Old friend, are you somewhere out there dancing to the same sound? Old friend, old friend. Maybe we're both dancing under different lights, but when this beat is playing, we're together tonight. Old friend, I can hear you calling through the music and the crowd. Old friend, the same sound.
Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, we'd love to hear from you. You can be part of the show. You can be podcast famous. The way you do that is go over to profitradio.com as I spit all over the microphone here. profitradio.com at the top of the page says, be heard. Click on that. If you got a microphone on your device, your smartphone, your tablet, your PC, wherever you got a microphone, if you can speak into it, you can be anonymous if you want. It's going to ask for a name. You put anonymous. Or you can put don't use my name or whatever. Twinkle Toes 123 or something like that. But it's going to want an email address. Believe me, it's not an email grab or anything like that. It's just their way of proving that it's like a caption or captcha, where make sure that you're not a human, or make sure that you are human. Sorry, I said that wrong. And it's not an email grab. I'm not going to sit there and use your email because I'm not going to ask for your profile picture. So you can be anonymous. It's all legit. It's all on the up and up. We've been doing this for 11 years. If this is a 11-year running long scam, I'd be a bazillionaire by now. But I'm not, so it's not. All right, so there you go. So you leave a message. Go over to profitradio.com. Your voice can be heard right alongside of us during the show. Now, you ready for this one? If we haven't had enough bad luck today. Horrifying, excuse me while I go through puberty. A horrific flesh-eating parasite is heading to the United States, and their only way to stop it is to drop millions of flies on the infested areas. So, zombie apocalypse. Flies are going to help us. Why? In the new world, screwworm, whose larva screws into the skin, can affect humans as well as livestock. And will be here within 4 months, experts say. Now, this is July 28th. According to this article, so you got some time to get ready. So the horrible flesh-eating parasite is heading to the United States, and the only way to stop them is by dropping millions of flies on the impacted areas. Why flies? The New World screwworm is actually a fly, and it migrated north from South America and has been detected less than 400 miles from the Texas border, according to the New York Times. This flesh-eating parasite it's a flesh-eating parasite. Colin Woodall, CEO of the National Cattle Beef Association, told NPR, that dump, they haven't canceled that thing yet. That thing's still on the air. As he explained that the flies lay its eggs in the livestock like cattle. And then they say the larva does exactly what the names would suggest. It screws or bores into the flesh of the cattle and, in essence, eats the animal from the inside out. Oh, Jesus Christ. While they are primarily affected by animals, the Center of the Disease Control can say that it does occasionally sicken humans. The screwworm will lay eggs in an open wound, and the CDC cautions that the screwworm infestation is very painful, and you might see maggots, larvae around it or in it, and open the wound and see more. Whoa, just like a horror movie. They could also be in your nose, eyes, or mouth. All right, now, there goes the rest of the audience. It can cause painful, bloody sores on the skins. Perhaps the most vile symptoms, per the CDC, is feeling a larva movement under the skin of the wound. Let me get really close to the microphone. I'm talking about ASMR. Feeling the larva movement within the skin wound or sores, the nose and the mouth or eyes. It can kill a cow within 2 weeks, and there is no approved treatment just yet. However, there's a way to stop the flies from reproducing. It involves dropping millions of regular flies in the areas where the parasites have taken hold. Entomologist Edwin Burgess explains why he can expose the flies to radiations, which sterilizes them, and then takes the males and then package them up and flies them over to a large areas and drop these little packets out of the planes. Here you go, fly. Can you imagine a fly being dropped from 30,000 feet in the air? Maybe 10,000 feet. Still, holy shit, I got wings. They aren't good up here. And then those adult males fly and mate with the females. The female screwworms fly mates once in her lifetime. If the female matches with a sterile mate, she cannot fertilize her eggs, and so she can't contribute to the population. Eventually, you'll crash the population of the fly. The strategy is called sterile insect technique, which was used in the 1960s, and which was last time the United States saw the infestation of the screwworm. Back then, 600 million sterile flies were replaced released each week and explains that the fly was eliminated, the screw worm or whatever I said. But experts tell the New York Times that the U.S. is not ready for impending screwworm invasions, which estimated to come in within the next 4 months. We are desperately short on the sterile fly productions. Stephen DeBell, vice president of the Texas and Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association, told it, if we wait, we lose. So there you go. If you start seeing, you ready for this? This is going to be great. If you start seeing meat prices go up by, this is 4.77. So 4 months from now is November, like around Christmas, New Year's Eve, you start seeing meat prices go up. It's because of that damn screw fly. It's screw fly, don't bother me. I think that's a song there somewhere. So that's out there, and that's taking over. And they're going to drop more flies, sterile flies, male flies, and they have sex, and then guess what? See you later. You'll never live again. If you have ants in your house, and I say ants, the little sugar ants, right? If you kill them, like on the counter, squish them or something like that, pick them up. Pick them up. You know why? Throw them away. You got to get rid of the evidence. And you think, okay, evidence, what does that mean? You might spray whatever on them and kill, smash an ant or whatever. But did you know a woman warns against squishing ants to find in your home after a pest control tech pays her a visit and gives her an eye-opening revelation? If you're dealing with an ant infestations, your instincts may be to squish every one of the little suckers that you see under your under your house slipper. But one woman received an expert advice via Ring camera. It says that this is the wrong way to go about it. She's getting all her information from the Ring camera. In a viral video, TikTok video, Dawn the Storyteller. See, that's how you get a good name. That's how you get a good thing. Like we have Podcast Famous over on TikTok. You can follow us anywhere. Be Podcast Famous. You can hear all your voice and everything on our show, and that's all posted over there on our TikTok page. Dawn the Storyteller says that she was communicating with a pest control worker via doorbell cam. She had been out of the house for a couple of hours and let him in to do the work. So she was at a coffee shop doing some work of her own. When he came to the doorbell, he introduced himself, and the woman gave him permission to enter the home. Then he asked her if she's typically squishes. These ads are popping everything up and down. If she typically squishes ants when she sees them, she tells him if it's one or two, typically she does. He goes, oh, you don't want to do that. Do you know what happens when you squish an ant? It dies, she says. Why wouldn't you squish an ant? He goes, when you squish an ant, it sends out pheromones and a signal that means that the other ants have to come get it because they don't let their dead lie. They have to bring the dead ant back to the hive. What does that do? It brings in large groups of ants, but she still feels guilty about them. They're family, you see. So instead of she takes a wet paper towel, gently swoops them up and flushes them down the toilet, hoping they can swim for freedom. So where's her video? Here she is. All right, we're going to get you. We're going to get you. Hopefully you got a better approach with your name like Dawn the Storyteller than that last lady. So here we go. I'm going to switch over to camera 4. And don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video. You can see the full-length podcast in its entirety over on YouTube. And you can also follow the little shorts and stuff, little snippets that go on over there as well. So give us a subscribe. Now, here we go. Dawn the Storyteller. Tell us what's going on with the ants.
Sorry. We had an ant infestation. And so they called pest control. And Ant-Man came over. And he rang my doorbell even though I was gone, because you had to be gone for 2 hours. And this is what he said. I was like, hey, I'm not home. I was at the coffee shop working, and, you have my permission to enter. He's like, so he's like, I have the recording. He said, well, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the ants. Now, when you see an ant, do you squish it? I'm like, okay, well, actually, yes, sometimes. I said, well, when there's one or two of them, yes, I will squish it. And he goes, oh, did you know what happens when you squish an ant?
They die.
And he's like literally, I'm trying to get a better light here. He's literally like pausing, long pause, like I was a child, which was cute, not in a bad way.
All right, she's not any better of a storyteller than the other lady. It takes some practice, years, 11 years at least,
And I'm like, it dies? And then he like leans against the door. You know, he's going to let himself into my apartment. I'm at the coffee shop.
Brushes his long brown hair and get on with it. Come on. Get on with it.
I've got the Ring camera. We're talking through the speaker and he goes, well, you know, when you squish an ant, it sends out pheromones and a signal that mean the other ants have to come and get it because they don't let their dead lie. They have to bring the dead ant back to the hive. Now, I don't know why, but in my head, I was like, oh my gosh. I'm thinking of like Native American Indians. I'm thinking of indigenous tribes. And I'm thinking of like how, you know, eventually word gets back and they find out one of their warriors have died. And so then they send out the troops
fucking
to go get
save
the
me.
body or what's the remains of the body so they can hold a ceremony for, you know, the wounded warrior. So I didn't actually ask him, like, maybe they go to get the dead ant to eat it? Are they cannibals? I don't know. But I did say, well, actually, sometimes if there's a lot of them, I will wet, and this is true, I will wet tissue paper and I'll just gently scoop them up because I honestly feel bad killing ants. I know, all right? I know my East Coast friends and my mother, I know. It's ridiculous. It's, as they would say, retarded for me to not kill an
Ooh, she used the R word. Ban her. Ban her.
ant or to feel guilty about an ant. But you know what? When it comes in like a family, I have some guilt. So I told them that I would wet the tissue and gently wipe them and then put them in the toilet and then flush the toilet and wish them well and just be like, maybe they'll swim. And he actually said, yes, that is the proper way to deal with ants.
Yes. And now we know. Let's go back to me now. That's the proper way that we know no mashuga will be happening while we're killing ants. Oh, God. Well, where do we go from here? I know. If you've enjoyed the podcast, we appreciate you guys. Make sure you fill out that little form. What form are you filling out? Well, if you go over to profitradio.com, you can email me at any time at deacon@profitradio.com. We do have a little section there if you want to send a file, if you want to send your photo for an art collection or something. But no, if you can send any files or anything like that, any stories, you can reach out to us that way. Don't forget, for every podcast, we do have matching video. Follow us over on YouTube. You can also follow us over on TikTok under B Podcast Famous. You might hear your voice over there as well. And me making fun of it. I won't make fun of it. I won't. To your face. No. Leave a voice message, comes right here, and you can be heard over on the B Podcast Famous section of the podcast. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. My name is the Deacon, saying goodnight and goodnight.
Wait, come back.
The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
Little ants. See you later. Bye.